In case you are a high achiever or you want to be one, then this video is for you. Because today I want to talk about the most dangerous mindset in high achievers that I see in my practice as a high performance coach and mental coach. So in case you don't want to make these common mistakes that I see regularly in my practice, stay tuned till the end of the video. The first thing that high achievers tend to do is they put too much pressure on themselves. So they have this feeling and these thoughts on their mind: I need to win, I mustn't show any weakness, I'm not allowed to lose, I have to perform on a very high level, I am not allowed to make mistakes. So all this, of course, is absolutely negative for us and absolute bullshit, because everyone at some point has pressure. So instead of putting too much pressure on yourself, why don't you take a pen and a piece of paper and write down all the positive aspects about you, your performance, your progress you've made over the last couple of weeks and months. Write all this down, and this will help you also in overcoming your pressure, because you see, I'm working hard day in and day out. I've been absolutely committed. I've been motivated. I had willpower. I've been diligent, and I've been consistent. And that's, what else can you do? So there's no need to put pressure on yourself. And especially when you have the feeling you can't handle the pressure. Some can handle the pressure. They even manage to perform on a higher level with pressure. But this is pretty rare, actually. Most people, I would say, from my experience, they tend to underperform when they have pressure, or they consider pressure as something negative. And in case you have the feeling you put too much pressure on yourself and your performance suffers from that, then why don't you get in touch with me via the TidyCare link below, and you can book a free call with me, and we'll find out what the problem is. Actually, you can tell me about your issue, and I will tell you what we can do, because very often the pressure is somewhere hidden in the subconscious mind. And then, of course, it's pretty challenging to find of all the roots maybe of this issue, the pressure, and then to get rid of it. So you need the right tools and the right methods. And in case you would like to know more about that, feel free to get in touch with me, and we'll see what we can do. The second thing high achievers, especially high achievers, suffer from is the so-called imposter syndrome. Maybe you've heard of that before. This is nothing else than having this self-doubt in ourselves, even though we might be very successful in what we do. And we also get some positive feedback from outside, from other people, or we even have very good results. But still, we always have this thought in the back of our head: am I doing enough? Am I good enough? I don't deserve this. Maybe what are the others thinking of me, or what are they saying about me? And this is something which is absolutely nonsense, of course, but there are, as I said, especially the high achievers that are suffering from the imposter syndrome. So what can you do in case you suffer from this? I would suggest, first of all, check your social media channels and your platforms, and ideally get rid of them, or make sure that you don't spend too much time on social media, simply because we have the tendency then, when using social media, to compare ourselves with the outside world. So we tend to compare ourselves with everyone around us and the people that we see in our news feed. And most of the times, it's very likely that this will cause negative stress within us. So instead of wasting your time on social media and feeding the imposter syndrome, why don't you try out to meditate? This will help you to spend more time with yourself and inside yourself, instead of with the outside world, which is so distracting. So maybe you would like to meditate 15, 20 minutes or even 30 minutes a day. This is going to make a huge difference, and this will also help you in overcoming the imposter syndrome. And in case you want to know more about meditation or try it out, check out this link up here, which leads you right to a meditation for athletes. Another thing you can do to overcome the imposter syndrome is do some journaling. So reflect on the past week, for example, the trainings, competitions, maybe your thoughts and everything else. This will also help you to identify all the progress you've made, all the achievements that you made, all the success you achieved. So every little step you can write down, and this will help you also to create awareness for your abilities, your improvements, your development. And it's not only in your head that you always have these negative thoughts and you're not good enough and you're lacking in this and then lacking in that. Write it down, the positive aspects. You can also add a few things where you say, okay, what is it that I can still improve? This is also very, very helpful. I would recommend this. But the main part now is to reflect on the positive aspects, because this is what you might be suffering from. You don't see the positive aspects, you only see the negative aspects about everything around you. So you see the glass half empty and not half full. And if we want to be a true high achiever, we need to practice that we see the glass half full and that we see the positive side of things. And also always remember, nobody is perfect. Maybe this could be like a mantra for you. Nobody is perfect. So even your biggest rival and competitor has doubts or has some difficult moments or makes mistakes. And it's absolutely normal. So you are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to be imperfect. So it is with the others around you. Another thing that I see, especially with high achievers, is that they are incredibly focused on what they do, and they are focused on their vision and their goals and their training and the competition and everything around that, but they tend to forget the rest of their life. Does this resonate with you? In case you say yes, I would highly recommend make sure that you find a good balance. So don't identify yourself with your achievements, your sport, whatever you do. There's also something else in life that's really important, and that's the people around you. That's the beloved ones around you. So your family, maybe your partner, your kids, your friends, also maybe some other hobbies that you have or interests. Don't neglect these. They are so important. They help you to stay in balance. They help you also to give you a different perspective so that you don't, let's say, lose yourself also in what you are doing. I mean, it's incredibly important as a high achiever that we have this ability and that we can focus on something and have this commitment. This is absolutely crucial, no question about that. But it's dangerous at some point when we forget everything else around us. So even when you are maybe somewhere in a trainings camp or during a competition, in between, why don't you call one of your best friends and just give them a call and ask them, how are you? How is it going? They will be super happy to hear from you. If they're really good friends, they're going to be so delighted to hear from you and to hear how it's going and everything else. So get in touch with people that are really important to you and that have a positive impact on you. Don't call the ones that have negative vibes, but take care of your loved ones, the beloved ones around you that are important to you in your life. Because at some point, your career will be over, and then you will be glad, you will be absolutely grateful to have all these lovely people around you. So make sure that you don't give them the feeling that you forget them, or that you're not interested in them, that you're simply selfish, let's say, and only interested in your sport and what you do. As we said, important that you stay focused, but also that you don't forget about the other things around you. So even when you're maybe doing some traveling, you could still, as I said, get in touch with some people around you, give your parents a call at home, or your sister, or your best friend. But it could also be something like that you spend the time in between to learn a language or read some good books or listen to an audiobook or maybe even do a course, an online course. So let's summarize these dangerous mindset habits that especially high achievers have. First of all, don't put too much pressure on yourself, and if so, make sure that you can transform it into even a better performance. Secondly, get rid of the imposter syndrome, overcome it. And thirdly, don't get lost in your sport, in whatever you do as a high achiever. So don't forget the people around you, especially the ones that are important to you, not only now, but maybe also in 10, 20 or 30 years from now. Which one of these dangerous mental habits resonate most with you? Do you see yourself in one or the other? What are, from your point of view, the most dangerous mindset or mental habits that you have maybe identified in your life? Please write them in the comment section. I'd be very interested in hearing what you think about this. In case you would like to know more about a high achiever mindset and mental strength, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'd be super grateful, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye.